In our last couple of videos, we've shared some really exciting updates with you. Firstly, the expected arrival of our newest family member, and then the exciting news of buying a new property in the countryside. Now we can finally move away from the city and be closer to our land and properly begin our dream life in the mountains. In today's video, we install our Starlink internet connection, we start some of the work on our new townhouse, and get our first taste of local community living. Good morning. Today is my 35th birthday, and what did I decide that I wanted to do? Some work on the house. So we've roped in the assistants again today, and we're going to be working on the bedroom. I mean, who wouldn't want to do renovation projects on their birthday, right?
Sunlight, dearest sunlight, I am calling you across the old room. Sunlight, dearest sunlight, I would like to come out of the womb. Something in me feels like all of me, and we dance all alone. Come on in, open my heart to this world. Open my heart to this world. Sunlight, dearest sunlight, I am calling you across the old room. Sunlight, dearest sunlight, I can't find my way out of the womb. Something in me feels like all of me, and we dance all alone. Come on in, open my heart to this world. Open my heart to this world.
So we got a pretty exciting delivery this week. The Starlink has come. We've decided that we're going to go for Starlink internet in the townhouse because it's not even connected to gas here, so the likelihood of having a good kind of fibre connection or something is very, very slim, and actually it doesn't exist here. So what we're going to do is get the satellite connection, because that will give us the best, fastest, most reliable internet possible.
So in the box you get a stand or platform, you get the dish that's going to point towards the satellites, and then you get the router, power cable, and then it comes with a connection cable that says, I think I saw online 75 feet, so we should be able to get down to wherever we want to.
We're going to install the Starlink off the little bit of the roof space just here. So we're just figuring out the best place to put it. We think one of the best places is going to be to attach it to the antenna that's already there for the kind of old TV connection. So we're just thinking about how we can clamp to the kind of steel pole that's already there and get it as high as possible, because you need to have a really good range of kind of view. So that the receiver can kind of connect to as many of the satellites as possible to get you the best connection. So we're just kind of having a look at the options and figuring out what to do. But first I'm just going to get the measurement of the pole, because then we know what size we want to clamp to, so that when we go to the shop we can think about what system is going to work best. I don't have any string or anything to hand. There's some pieces like hanging here, but I can't get the knots undone. So I've just got a piece of kitchen roll and measured along the end, put a little rip in there if we need to work out the radius or the diameter, or depending what the measurements are when we go to the shop. So we've got it. We've just come back from shopping at the little community shop that's in our village. It's open once a week and is full of all sorts of like local produce. I think most of it is organic in there and locally produced or within the kind of 0 kilometre. But next time I go in, I might ask a few more questions and find out a little bit more. But all the stuff in there is really fresh, really delicious, and I thought I'd just show you what we've picked up today. So we've got some spring onions, and we've also got some ordinary like cooking onions as well. We use these in almost everything, so we've got quite a few of those. We've got some peppers. I don't know how many people know this, but we picked up the ones that have the 3 kind of nodules at the bottom rather than 4. That's because we're going to cook with them. If we were going to eat them raw, then you get the ones that have the 4 on the bottom, and they're sweeter. So don't know if anybody knew that already, but thought I'd share. These are sweet potatoes that we picked up as well. I just read this morning that it's going to be time for us to plant our own sweet potatoes soon. So I might look at how to do that. So if anyone's got any advice on how to grow slips and get your own sweet potatoes going, then let me know, because I'd like to do that soon. We also picked up an aubergine and some French beans, like little green beans, and a Chinese radish. We love cooking Chinese food, so we'll probably put this into quite a few things. It's the first time that I've seen this in the kind of supermarkets or shops, so be interesting to try that, and if we like it we'll get some more. And we've got some more tomatoes. These are just salad tomatoes for eating raw. They did have other ones in there that are the thick-skinned type that you use for like pan con tomate, where you have the bread and the garlic and then rub the tomato onto it. But we didn't pick up any of those this time. And just some sort of cooking, baking potatoes, good decent size. And then also a couple of bits of fruit. So we got some bananas, picked up some conference pears, and also some plums that look really, really delicious. Hopefully they'll be ripe by tomorrow and we can eat those. So all of this cost us €16, and that's probably going to last us about 3 to 4 days. And then at the weekend on a Saturday, there's also a little market where there's another fruit and veg stall, again, local produce, where we can kind of go and get the top up. So I don't think we'll be able to do like a full week shop in a shop that's only once a week, because we like to kind of go and get nice and fresh stuff and kind of eat it over a few days and then top up. So it's really good that there's the weekend opportunity to do that. So yeah, thought I'd just share what we got with you. And for 16 quid, I think that's a pretty reasonable price. And this time I do realise that most of the stuff is in these little plastic bags. That's just because when we moved house, I have no idea where the little like cotton bags are that we use and want to use to go and get the fruit and veg. So for the time being it's these, but we can use these. We can use them as other bags around the house and reuse them. But ideally in the future I won't be using all this plastic every week. So before the haters come for me in the comments, I won't be getting them in this every week.
So, as you've gathered, we've been quite busy. New house, new baby, lots of things to be getting on with. And luckily for us, we got contacted by Lasgu that do a 3D laser level. So this is the LG 3D, and it comes in this nice little carry case. So I'll unbox that now so you can see what comes inside it. That's obviously the actual laser. And then we've got a battery, charger cable. I guess that's some kind of calibration kit, but we'll have to see. A user manual. And spare battery, always useful. And what's this? I guess this is some kind of stand for it. Yeah. And hopefully it's magnetic. Yeah. So that is the LazGoo laser level. We'll charge the batteries and get it going and let you know what we think. So here we have it, all on the stand, battery in. Very easy to use. On the other side there's a little button that releases the gimbal on the laser levels that are self-leveling. And you just turn it on. And then you can cycle between which lasers you would want on, if you want horizontal or vertical. And to turn it off, you just turn off the gimbal. Nice and easy. So this is the stabilizer on the other side, so you can turn it on. This is in the center, so it's in manual mode, which means you can move it around and choose the angle on the lines that you'd like. And then if you go all the way, it turns to like gimbal mode, where you can see it's auto leveling. So if you put it on a flat surface, it will level. But then I think it goes up to 3 or 4 degrees, and then if you go too far on the angle, it won't auto level anymore, and then flashes to tell you it won't auto level. Also, just want to take a note of the brightness. I mean, it's quite a bright room, and the laser line is very, very clear. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. As you can imagine, we've got lots of projects coming up now with the house and still up on the land with the cabin and things like that, where a laser level will be really useful. I've never really used a laser level before, so you'll get to see me learn how to use that. And if you like it, we'll have an Amazon link in the description where you'll be able to buy your own.
So we're starting the install of the Starlink today, and it's not going to be as easy as we first thought, because we thought we could attach it to one of these like aerial poles that was already existing, but that looks a little bit more complicated than we thought, because there's actually quite a few different aerials for the different buildings. We're not sure whose is whose, and they're all kind of attached to each other and go pretty high, so we're not sure whether we can actually safely install one that would be higher than those in order to give the kind of receiver the room it needs to be able to kind of move around to get the right connection and kind of receive the signals from all of the satellites. So we have come up with another plan, which is going to be to use this beam that we have in the roof, and we've got a kind of U or L-shaped piece that will attach out from here, and then hopefully the Starlink can be kind of affixed from there instead. We're not totally sure. We think we've got the bits that we need, but we're just going to give it a go and see kind of how it is first, and hopefully it's good enough, and if not, we'll do plan B. Now that the Starlink's installed, we're excited to be able to share a lot more with you again and start uploading frequent videos. So I'd better get editing, and we'll see you on the next one. And I just wanted to say a massive thank you to Joe and Jackie for coming and spending the week with us here in our new home. Not only for helping with all of the scrubbing and furniture cleaning and floor mopping and painting and everything that you did whilst you were here, but also for helping with Baby Watch and also celebrating my birthday with me. So thank you so much for coming and spending the week with us. We love you.